Hello, fellow classmates. My name is Regina Abraham. Welcome to Lesson 4. My presentation is on HTML entities. What are HTML entities? Well, to me, that question is broad because I'm just learning it. So it means a lot and it makes me think about a lot, especially what I've just learned and used in brackets. Introduction. Some characters are reserved in HTML. If you use certain signs in your text, the browser may mix them with tags. Character entities are used to display reserved characters and special characters in HTML. A character entity looks like this, and I have an example below. You have the and sign entity underscore name semicolon, or the and sign number sign entity underscore number semicolon. Entities are used to implement reserved characters in HTML or to express characters that cannot easily be entered with the keyboard. There are 5 columns in the index I've shown you below. There's a character column, an entity's name, an entity number, and a description, and the very last column is why is this featured. The copyright character, almost every website uses the copyright symbol. The vertical bar symbol is used to separate menu items or navigate links. The medium list dot, similar to the vertical bar, the medium list dot is another option to separate menu items. Personally, I consider it more stylish. The up arrow character. The up arrow can be used in the back to the top link in a web page. Here's the rest of the list. If you notice that at the top of the list on this window, the character box is blank. If you look under description, that's a representation of inserts a non-breaking blank space. I've also shared the signs or the characters for ampersand, quotation mark, copyright symbol, registered symbol, trademark symbol, opening double quotes, closing double quotes, opening single quote mark, and closing single quote mark. When we are in brackets, we will use the entity name, and if you prefer to use the entity number, you can use that too. Some people are really good with memorizing numbers, but you can't use both. It is suggested that you use either one. The purpose of character entities. In HTML pages, we may need to use special characters, which are reserved as keywords in HTML language. Written special characters may be considered keywords of HTML pages, causing web pages to misbehave. As a solution to that, character entities are used. There are special entity numbers and entity names that we will become familiar with throughout this course. There's an example below. For the copyright symbol, we would enter into brackets the and sign, the word copy, followed by semicolon, or number sign, and sign, number sign, 169 semicolon can be used. Here is an example I wanted to share with you. Listed below are 3 columns of the HTML code used to create the table containing the reserved characters. If you look in the TD rows, you will see the HTML entities that were used to create the reserved special characters. As stated previously, in addition to reserved special characters, there are special characters that exist because they cannot easily be typed using a keyboard. How to use the character codes. To display any of the characters in the left column within a web page, You'll need to use one of the codes in the other columns within your HTML code. I'm going to refer back to the index I previously showed you. You can choose either the entity name from the entity column, the entity number from the entity number column. Where there's more than one entity name, choose just one. Where there's more than one entity number, sometimes there may be more than one entity number to use. This is because the named entity uses more than one character to display the glyph. You'll need to include the leading ampersand and trailing semicolon, as well as any hash symbols and X characters. Example: to display a less than sign, we must write and LT semicolon or and number sign 60 semicolon. Combining diacritical marks. A diacritical mark is a glyph added to a letter. Some diacritical marks, like quotation marks, are called accents. They can be both above and below a letter, inside a letter, and between two letters. They can be used in combination with alphanumeric characters to produce a character that is not present in the character set or encoding used in the page. Below, we have an index showing you what the entity name and entity numbers are, and you can use either one of those again in brackets. The HTML symbol entities include mathematical symbols, Greek characters, various arrows, technical symbols, and shapes. In the index below, I have shared with you a few characters, and they are the less than sign, the greater than sign, the less than or equal to sign, the greater than or equal to sign, multiplication sign, and the division sign. HTML symbol entities. Many mathematical, technical, and currency symbols are not present on a normal keyboard. To add these symbols to an HTML page, you can use an HTML entity name. If no entity name exists, you can use an entity number, a decimal, or a hexadecimal reference. HTML can be a document for publishing, therefore it requires the full use of characters and the alphabet as well as the symbols. I've given you two examples below. In the example to the left under example, that's what we would enter into brackets. In the example to the right, under the statement will display as, that's what will be seen in the web page. HTML entities can also be used to add characters such as hearts, spades, diamonds, or clubs. And again, I have included the entity name, or you can use the entity number. In conclusion, HTML entities are a necessary evil if you want to create web pages or websites that use good code. A little humor there because I'm still learning it. School yourself in your spare time. I thought it would be helpful to include self-help tutorials. You can find them on the two websites below. To the right of the website links is the information that they could help you with. Underneath that, I have included credits for the sites that have helped me put together this presentation. Thank you, and I hope you've enjoyed it.